Our first guest is known for playing hunky husband Mike Delfino on Desperate Housewives, but say goodbye to Wisteria Lane because his new film takes him to the apocalypse and beyond.
That's right. Joining us now to discuss Black Rider Revolution Road is actor James Denton. Welcome to the show.
Welcome
thanks
to the
for having me. I
show.
appreciate the time.
So this film has been described as an action-packed apocalyptic thriller. That's a lot. Tell us more.
It is, yeah. There are a lot of faith-based films out these days, and the genre is doing really well. I think people are kind of anxious for the content, and this is really unique in that it's about the Book of Revelation, which can be pretty scary, even if you're a Christian. And so it's about the tribulation times after the rapture. In this godless world, people are just trying to survive and get through it. And the Bible says that most of the human race will be wiped out of this period. So it's really dark, and but it's scriptural and it's very intense. But it has an uplifting message, and it's not all terrible. But it was fun to, as you can see, it's fun to play a bad guy.
Yeah.
For a while after playing the same boring guy for 8 years.
Yeah, you were far from boring.
Well, we have a clip of the movie. Let's take a look.
Okay.
All right.
Mr. Drake, Chairman commends your efforts out here on the border. You're on a tight ship.
I don't need his compliments. I need food, weapons.
The board feels your rations are appropriate for your population and your climate.
They're a joke, but people are starving.
You see, some unscrupulous mayors in these border towns hoard rations. They keep themselves and their deputies well fed while the rest starve. But I'm sure you're not one of those.
Of course not.
Over the next year, all citizens are to be identified, evaluated, and issued a rank.
Believe me, Mr. Drake, there are advantages to having a high rank.
What do you want?
As I said, to evaluate your usefulness to the ULC, we've repeatedly ordered you to capture a criminal in your territory called the Shepherd.
You make it sound easy. It's not.
Regardless, this man is a high priority to the chairman and must be apprehended. We will not give this order again.
Is that a threat?
Ooh. Don't threaten you.
Yeah, those are the crazy robot people or whatever they were. I don't know, but they're scary. Yeah, it's really intense. It's there are 3 of these Revelation Road movies. This is the last one, but it's all just biblically based. What the Bible says will happen after the rapture, and these guys have a whole different, really unique take on it, and it's very graphic, and it's certainly not dirty by any means, but it's just very intense. And a sort of a definitely different approach to a faith-based movie.
That's true.
And there's a lot of butt kicking that takes place in this movie.
Yeah, some bazookas and because it's sort of a godless world. It's all evil and anarchy, and my guy's just trying to keep this one little town of people together and survive somehow. Sort of waiting for the very end of time.
So what drew you to this project most? Is it the fact that you get to play a bad guy or the religious component?
You figured that out quick. I haven't got to play a bad guy in years and years. I was on a show called The Pretender for 3 years, and I was a bad guy there, but that was a long time before Housewives. So yeah, it was the character, and also these guys, Pure Flix Entertainment. They do really great stuff, and they do a lot of these movies. And so I trusted them and loved the script, and being able to play a bad guy was a lot of it too. But
and
also
you're
something that speaks to you.
Well,
yeah,
right?
so
okay.
yeah, I'm kind of private about it only because I just think, who cares what actors feel? And sometimes I think actors take themselves too seriously. Okay. So I don't say much about it, but yeah, that spoke to me too. I did a Christian film last year called Grace Unplugged. Which was in theaters, a really great father-daughter story, but it's fun to do something my kids can see, after 8 years of Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, not made for kids.
No, my kids, they're 9 and 11, so they didn't see much Housewives.
No, they did not. This is a long way from Wisteria Lane.
Yeah.
But can you take us back to Wisteria Lane? Because, you were known as Mike Delfino. Everybody loved the handyman you played there. What was it like working on that show, especially with all those beautiful women? And did you have any idea it was going to be such a huge hit?
No, we had no idea. When we shot the pilot, ABC was really at the bottom of the barrel. They were running Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 4 nights a week.
That's
the one with
true.
Regis Philbin,
with Regis,
and a lot of game shows, and there was no scripted drama that was succeeding. So when we shot the pilot, Terry Hatcher said to me, it's a shame nobody's ever going to see this because this is really good. We were shocked. We were blown away, but they really promoted it, and they gave us a great time slot on Sunday night. And so a lot of things fell together. So it was a real blessing. Yeah.
And people have said that show is single-handedly responsible for turning around the fortunes at ABC.
Yeah, and of scripted drama, because from there they launched Grey's Anatomy after us and Lost mid-season, and House came on Fox about the same time, and there was an influx of really strong one-hour dramas. And so I think Mark Cherry deserves a lot of credit for that, and Steve McPherson, who was running ABC at the time, for having the vision to put it on and sort of bring back the whole genre. It was great. It's great for actors because we had lost a lot of work with all the reality and game shows and stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, I want to talk about Christian films because you're seeing a lot of them on the small screen and the big screen. Why do you think they're so popular these days? What's going on in the culture at large that are making people flock to these films?
That's a great question because at the same time, church attendance is down.
Right.
So we've talked about that a lot in some of the guys that I know that have been involved in these projects. And it might be just that there's a sort of a general disillusionment maybe with Washington or some of society in general. And of course, right now, there's so much fear, and for good reason, with what's going on in the Middle East, worse than ever. And then, of course, the Ebola and enterovirus. I think people
and the economy.
Yeah, and the economy. And I think people just kind of hang on to their faith. And obviously, that's where you turn in those times.
Yeah.
And so I think that might be why people are looking for more of that content.
All right, we can definitely check out your content at Walmart, pureflix.com, and it's on DVD as well, right?
Yes, today. So perfect timing. So thanks for having me. I
All
appreciate
right,
it.
thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Thank you. God bless you.
There you
you
go.
too. Yeah.
All right. And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360.